What are we doing, babe?
I'm excited.
Where are we headed?
Columbia,
Oh.
Tennessee.
So the first stop on our trip is Grammy Karen and No Graybeard's house. So this is an adult weekend for Jen's birthday, so the kids are gonna be hanging out with her. Larry just got his wood miser. That thing's freaking sweet. And he has, it's like a Great Pyrenees just playground around here. He's got 2 little girls right here. And he got 2 more over there. All the Great Pyrenees, aren't you? Y'all look like sweet little girls. Hi, Grammy Karen.
Hello.
Hi, Pata. What do you say? Buckle up. All right. You ready, Ellie? All right, Mama, we're off. You ready?
I'm ready.
Ellie, you go pee-pee at the Longhorn? You had to go pee-pee at the Longhorn Steakhouse?
Don't worry, Ellie got lunch too. Ellie, is it good?
This steak would have been better.
No steak, but it's good. Need some water? Ellie, you had enough? Want some? Ellie, no?
All right, we are at
Henry Horton State Park Lodge.
Henry Horton State Park Lodge, and it's very cool. It's very unique.
Yeah.
Honestly, it kind of looks like an office building from the outside, but the inside is very nice. Nice little ceiling, brick walls. It's pretty cool. Better in Kentucky's.
Yeah.
The few that we've been to. So Kentucky, step your game up a little bit on these state parks. But we're not here because of this park. We are here because this is very close to where we're going.
Yeah.
So we're here. It's weird. We have a lot to talk to y'all about Central and Easter time. It's very strange. But it's like almost dark, but it's really not that late. However, to not make this video like 2 hours long, we're going to clip you for tonight. You know where we are now. Tomorrow, we'll get into the fun stuff.
Looks railing.
You looking good, babe? Okay, if you haven't guessed by now, we are off to see the Rory Feet concert.
Yep.
It's going to be a lot of fun. We get to tour around the place, and hopefully we'll be able to take y'all along at least a little bit.
I'm excited.
Eesh.
Ellie, you ready to go home?
Ready to go home, Ellie? Ready to go home? Oh my God, you ready to go home?
Did you have fun? You go get in the elevator?
This way. This way.
Mother's sleeping. Ellie, why do you hate the elevator so bad?
Hit the button there.
Button my hand. There we go.
Water
Whoa.
down. What was that, Ellie? What is this thing?
Whoop. You did it, Ellie. Good job. Let's go get Daddy.
We're so close. So we made it to the concert, which is at Mr. Roy Feek's home itself. It's such a cool thing that we'll get into details about here in just a minute. But he opened it up, and the first thing that we were able to do was visit the one-room schoolhouse that he built for his daughter Indiana and other neighboring kids, I guess the community kids. I don't remember hearing the number of how many it held.
They have about 10 to 12 kids each year. It's not guaranteed that the same kids will get to come, but I did hear her say that they kept the same kids from last year, so that's really cool.
Yeah.
His daughter gets to be homeschooled because that's what her mother wanted, and he gets to do it right there on his farm, and not only for her, it's for community kids as well, so that it was a beautiful one-room schoolhouse.
It was absolutely gorgeous.
I've always had like a dream of having a one-room schoolhouse. Doesn't really make sense for us, but it was still really cool to see and just kind of get ideas for our own homeschool room that we have.
Yeah, and the whole part of it was just inspiration pieces, like learning, seeing how other people do stuff. It's a very important part with homesteading and farming, is just getting inspired by others. I know a lot of y'all do that with watching our videos too. It's kind of trial and error, seeing what you like, what you don't like kind of things. But the one-room schoolhouse was absolutely beautiful. And then behind that, they had like a root cellar. And I know it's a little dark, and we apologize. The concert, this time change, it's crazy. But then they had a garden in the back. That's Joey's garden, his late wife's garden that they named after that. And that was beautiful. They had a little playground area, and then they had a barn where there's goats, pigs, and chickens, and geese, and ducks, and all that good stuff. So it's just a beautiful piece. It's what a lot of you all and us do with our own kids, right? So it's nice that he opens those doors for others to be able to experience as well.
Yeah.
Now, Homestead Hall itself. Quick background on the place. They built this, Joey and Roy built this way back in the day. Basically, they were getting large, and this is all stories that he was telling us during the concert, so this is why the details we know this. But basically, they were getting really big. They had won, I think, New Duo of the Year. They were touring a lot, and then Joey looked at Roy and told him that she wanted to be home. Because their goal was to do homesteading. They wanted to grow their gardens. They wanted to raise their own meat. They wanted to be home. So, of course, he agreed. That's his wife. He loves her. And then once they were home, they built this concert hall. So now, like he had mentioned, he said, you know, I used to go across the country to see you all and sing. He said, now I get to cross the driveway, and you all come from all across the country to see me. You know, it really works out well. It's a beautiful thing. I absolutely love that idea. Her and I was talking, if more artists did that, like, we would be there.
Yeah.
It was a really cool thing just to kind of witness. It's much more smaller, so you're not at a big arena. It definitely feels like you're kind of having a conversation with him. He gets to tell plenty of stories. If you haven't gone, you definitely need to.
Yeah. And again, inspiration for us. We've had these seeds and these dreams planted in us for a long time. Obviously, we're not going to be country singers.
No.
You know, that's not the piece that we were trying to get inspired about. We're trying to be inspired about how we can continue to grow this farm and share it with you all, because that's the goal. We're not going to do YouTube from here on out and sit behind the camera and not open our doors to the people, you behind the camera, that we love so much. So inspiration for that, you know. And you'll hear about that. You'll hear more about that going forward.
Yeah, I was
but-
gonna say it's so inspiring that there's already wheels happening.
Yeah.
Like they're the engine's starting already.
Like he's talking about in our minds, but also we've started that process as well with the Airbnb, allowing people to come in, get the farm experience, get to meet us and spend time with us, and then the store that we're building, and that's going to be another piece of it that people get to experience. So it was really getting inspiration to how can we complete this and bring it full circle and be able to provide the biggest experience possible that we can.
Because that gets us into Marcy Joe's, which Marcy Joe is Rory's sister. Marcy Joe and Joey opened up Marcy Joe's restaurant, I think before the music career really took off. Now they have 3. So they have the original Marcy Joe's Mill House, Marcy Joe's Bakery, and then Marcy Joe's Muletown. So Muletown's actually in downtown Columbia. It's a much newer place. But now they have 3 restaurants. And kind of what she was just mentioning, and something that was the most inspiring, I think, is you really got the full Joey and Rory experience. You know, it wasn't just the concert. So we got the concert, the one-room schoolhouse, got to kind of view his farm, and then we literally hit up all 3 restaurants. We didn't eat anywhere else while we was there. We only ate at Marcy Joe's. And we were on the way home, and I was like, man, 2 things. One, that was a full experience. Like, I feel like there's nothing more that we need from Joey and Rory.
Right.
You know, like, we got everything that we possibly came there for. And secondly, what he's doing for that community. You know, he is bringing in all these people, and they're not just coming to his farm and spending money there. They're going out to the towns. They're checking things out. Like, we went to his restaurant in Columbia and then went to the winery right beside. That was not funded by him. That was a totally separate establishment. But that's money going towards that community, and that's something that we want to do. Like, we want to be bringing people and profit to the small businesses here in our community.
And also for the community, like we've mentioned with the store, having that and having you all be able to come, but at the same time being a really important part of the community, not just with spending money, but opening the doors to our neighbors and our friends in the town, and being able to meet them, and also provide a place for them to just come and feel at home, feel welcome, eat, drink their coffee, hang out. And honestly, it was like what I've always pictured of going back in time. It was so simple, but so quaint and so at home. You know, you had people coming in, tourists coming to see Joey and Rory, but then we ourselves got to just hang out with the people that live in that town. And that's just really special. And, you know, what we truly want to do.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll end it in this piece with what Jen had told me yesterday. She said, you know, it's about creating roots in your community. And I was like, you know, you're right. If we went up and moved out of this place, yeah, we're leaving a pretty cool farm, but like the community would have no idea. Right? Like, if they wouldn't care. They're like, oh, they're gone? Okay. You want to have something that lasts. Like, you want to be such a good part of your community that it would hurt if you left, kind of thing. And that's what we're ultimately trying to say.
Yeah. And also leave legacy for the children.
Right. Yes, that's the most important part, is not have this, well, I worked for it, you got to work for it, right? Because they're going to work for no matter what it is that they have to. So being able to hand them something that they set beside us and worked with to create, and then it becomes theirs one day, and the community already loves this place and everything that's going on. Like, that's what we want to do for our kids. And it's not about being spoiled or handing them something, because my gosh, they're gonna work for it, you know. But it's just having them something that they want to stay here for, and not just run away.
So I chose this as a birthday gift. A lot of you in the homesteading community are probably thinking, why in the world did you go to Rory's farm when he's at HOA every year and he's there available to meet? Well, if I fangirl over one person in this world, it is Rory Peak. And that's
she did really good though. She held it together.
I did, but that's weird to admit, because like a lot of you come up and you wait to meet us, and being able to do that, because I didn't have the guts to do it at HOA for 2 years. 2 straight years I couldn't do it. So being able to choose that for my birthday, standing in line, waiting, meeting somebody that has inspired me so much, honestly gave me a lot of humbleness and compassion myself. And I get it. I get it. It's really weird. And I don't get inspired by a lot of people, but he is one of them. So being able to choose that as a birthday gift was really cool. You saw the kids. They stayed with my mom. And a lot of the clips you saw were Ellie. That's our dog. She's the one dog that's in the house with us. I've had her for almost 10 years now, before Zach or any of the kids were here. And when we go on little trips like this without the kids, and with the kids too, we like to take Ellie. She's getting older, even though you can't tell it. She doesn't age. She's very spunky. But we don't want to leave her home alone. So any chance we can get for the three of us to go, me, him, and Ellie, we do. And it's primarily why we stay at lodges, because they usually allow pets. And so
We
that
love
was,
lodges.
It was really cool. You got to see a few clips of her. She thoroughly enjoyed her time.
Yeah.
Did not like the elevator. That was her first experience with an elevator. But we took her everywhere with us. We didn't take her to the concert. That was the one place she stayed. But everywhere else we took her, and it was just a really good time.
Have you ever seen that video? It's a scary video, but the dog that gets trapped on the outside of the elevator with the leash, and it's like going up, and that guy saves the dog.
Yeah.
The first time we got on it, we had the luggage, and Ellie was in, and the door starts shutting. She like starts bolting for the door. I said, "Jen, get Ellie."
She got nowhere close to me.
No,
getting
no,
out,
but it made me think of that. I was like,
Yeah,
"Oh my
it's
goodness."
just not something you really think about, but she was terrified. She did not like it.
No.
Her face was just really funny.
We took the stairs most of the time
Yeah.
after that. But it was an absolutely beautiful weekend. Like we had said, it has got us just spinning in here with the stuff that we already got going on. And then what's the next thing? What's the next thing for this experience and for our community to really get those roots even deeper in there? And as always, you know that you're going to come right along with us every step of the way. That's one thing about it. We'll share it all. And then hopefully we'll be seeing you soon down here sometime.
That's right.
All right, y'all. If you haven't subscribed, make sure to down below.
We love you.
Until the next one.
Bye.
Bye.